What it is, what it do. Welcome to another episode of Two Ways to Say It. I'm your boy. I love astrology. I love wearing black. And don't you ever tell me I'm not listening. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Anyway, this your boy Casey. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, he already knows. So anyway, it's your girl Ashley. And yes, I love astrology. And yes, I love wearing black. So
Hmm?
y'all already know me. We
They
been here
do.
before. Okay.
Exactly.
So
Stop playing.
hey everybody.
Anyway, why you talking like what is your song of the day?
Okay, my song of the day is going to be Ghana Banking on Me. So fun. That's what we love to play.
Uh,
Don't want to get tired of you. I'm at the bottom way at the top, and we got us an ocean view. I really like it. Don't want to say
hey,
it's tired. Don't want to get tired of you. Wait, don't want to get tired of you. So this to
hey,
my man. But I
okay.
can't say that too early because you know when you say that too early,
That's when, yeah.
everything just start going out here. They start acting up. So my friend.
There you go. So my song of the day is
Okay.
gonna be I gotta get my vocals ready. Man, I love you. You my everything. We go
Sexy
together. Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, Sexy Red. You my everything. I've been singing that song for the last week. It's just doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's just doing it.
I
Even
actually need
if
to listen to it.
yeah, and it's something about her not hitting that note that just make it eat it a little more. I don't know. But anyway, yes, that is my song of the day. Sexy Red, you my everything. So that's where
Okay,
we at.
wow. I don't know where we going with music, but it is what it is. I'm just here
We just
for a good
listening.
time.
I might
I'm
say,
just here
look,
for a
we
good
just
time.
enjoy it and can't take it serious. Ain't that serious no more. Ain't no. If you haven't seen, there was more evidence. I'm gonna say more because we already knew what was going on. More
Mm.
evidence and Diddy's abuse to Cassie. As we know, Cassie, what do you want to say? Like, I guess settle. It was a settlement of money
Hmm.
outside of court, so it kind of went silent for a minute. But somehow a video it was like a hotel or resort, something physically assaulted her, which we already knew because she kind of already detailed it. It just didn't
Hmm.
go to actual case. So when you saw this video, even though we kind of already knew what was going on, what was your first initial thoughts?
I mean, I wasn't shocked. Again, it's Diddy, right? So we've heard
Mm-hmm.
multiple things about Diddy, the abuse, just not even physical abuse. I think like sexual abuse. I don't want to put it out there, but I think it
Yeah.
was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't shocked, but I did feel, very bad for Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
So, just looking at it, it's just like, wow, as a man, it's like, how can you just do all that to a woman? Like, you, not only did you like hit her
Mm-hmm.
after she fell, you kicked her. Like,
Yeah.
she was no threat to you on the
Mm-hmm.
ground, anything. Even before then, she wasn't a threat to you. So she's running away. It's like, it just seemed like she was running for her life, right? So I
Yeah.
see a lot of people kind of talk about like how they feel like Cassie was in on some of these things that Diddy was doing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, I don't know. Who knows? I don't think
Right.
we'll ever find out. And if she was, she's wrong, of course. But
Right.
right now, just talking about the video is sad. And then also to think that Diddy has daughters as well, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's also a way for us to see just because men have daughters. I think we automatically assume it's like, oh, they have a daughter, they would not do that.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like majority of the men that have daughters
Do.
is the one that's doing it. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I said majority, I don't know, but
Yeah.
just from what we see, is usually the men with daughters, right? So in
Mm-hmm.
my head now, I'm just looking at it like it don't matter at this point. You can have kids, even if you got a son, you shouldn't be doing that. He has sons too, because again, you're setting an example for your children, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, it was just disheartening, sad, and I'm just glad that Cassie at least physically moved on. I don't know if
Right,
she's
right,
mentally.
right.
I'm pretty sure she's mentally moved on, but just in a better place, right? And I hope she's
Hmm.
mentally in a better place. I see that she has 2 children now, married, and
Yeah,
just moving on, and she's set for life, baby. So,
just like that.
and hopefully her daughters, I can't say that they won't see it because it is the internet, but I
Right.
just hope they don't ever see anything like that. It may be a good chance that they won't.
Because when you do see abuse and stuff like that, I think
Mm-hmm.
people would expect us to be like, oh, but I think because of who's doing it, we kind of like that's just another thing he's done. You know what I'm saying? Like and it is
Mm-hmm.
sad for Cassie though, because she has fallen victim to the many things he's done. But at the same time, we just literally looking at it like, what else gonna come out? Because he's done so much. Like, and I guess
And
the
he lied
shock.
about it. He
Thank
made it
you.
seem like
And
she was the liar.
there you go. Yep.
So, but go ahead. I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
Yeah, no, because I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, initially, yeah, and it is some. I can watch it more than one time. I'm one of those people. Of course, nobody's saying women, don't ever do anything. But I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I do not like to see women get abused. I do not like men who raise up their women. I'm sorry, I don't
Mm-hmm.
even like y'all to say the B word to them. I'm just not one of those. That's not how you treat a woman. So of course, I couldn't watch it more than one time. I just know the context and I got enough of it. It is very sad. But so I guess that is, it's self-explanatory. So I think the most disappointing part of it came when I guess Diddy felt like it was hmm, appropriate, or he felt comfortable
Mm-hmm.
enough to sit up and record a video. And in the video, I honestly didn't even watch all of it. It's almost like it's foolish. I'm gonna be honest. It's like, why would I, for people to even feed into that? No way you can watch him giving an apology after what he's done, especially like you
Mm-hmm.
said, loud about it, and can pull anything in you that make you feel any type of sympathy. If so, you were on the abuser side from the beginning. It ain't got nothing to do with the video. So I didn't even watch all of it, but I think hit the video and the response from our community is the most disappointing part to all of it. So I'm gonna start with, I don't know if you saw it, but it's this dude. He a comedian with probably an
A
hour or
mockery
so.
of the P Diddy and Cassie video.
The apology
Oh, the
video.
apology. Oh, okay.
And I think, and it's sad because that's we kind of in this clickbait world anyway. So people, they grab at anything they want, they want the retweets. He feel like this is moment, which of all things, why would this, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would this be your moment to even make a joke? I feel like just be quiet if you don't want to support the victim, just be
Mm-hmm.
quiet on it. But what he did was he made a video and was making jokes of the apology, and basically that's kind of making jokes of the situation. And of course, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the people on Twitter, they were telling him like, "You not reading the room." All that. It didn't. I don't think it made him delete the video or anything. I saw him actually on his page retweeting people saying people was hating. People, like now, you always have those people who just on the wrong side for some reason. And of course, it go past the supporter. You just got to be sick to even sit there and defend what he was doing. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that kind of follows the line of how the community respond to stuff like that. This girl got abused. I don't see where it could be one person out there, no matter what can be saying something bad about Cassie, and not you should not be feeling no type of sorrow to the person who
Mm-hmm.
did it. I mean, it shouldn't even be a joke. How can you even take it so light? And I think that's my big I said biggest disappointment with it is how somebody you can take that so light to okay, yeah, it's time for us to make jokes on it. You know.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I didn't watch it. Once I saw that
Right.
was like Diddy apologizing, I didn't even click
Mm-hmm.
on it because
Right.
you made it seem as if Cassie was lying and we got a whole video. So it's no point in
Mm-hmm.
you apologizing now
Right.
because you're only apologizing because you got caught up. We got proof now. Almost like the men cheating in a relationship. The apologies come once you got caught up. I'm like, no,
Cause
don't apologize now
yeah,
because
because you ain't
before
feel
you
bad while
said you
you're
didn't.
doing it.
Yeah.
There you
So
go. Mm-hmm.
I didn't click on it. I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch it. I just went past it because at this point, y'all, we should not even be posting Diddy anymore. Like, just
Thank
don't even pay attention to him. The Shade Room keep
you.
posting them.
Mm-hmm.
Every time somebody it's a lawsuit against him, we gotta post say something. Don't post nothing about Diddy, especially from watching Sloan Bella and her saying,
Mm-hmm.
Kim was saying like his downfall was coming right around Easter, and that's when everything started coming out. My girl went lying now,
I mean,
so
yeah.
that's why you got
Mm-hmm.
to be careful
Mm-hmm.
about how you treat people on Earth because they ain't
Mm.
never done with you. Okay.
Just like that. And of course, let's just be honest, everything that he gets, hopefully he gets what he deserves. But if whatever comes, I never try to wish bad on people. I'm just wish you what you deserve. And I think we know
Mhm.
was what he deserved. It's just in his past the abuse. You know, we like we say, like he is a if you want to look at like a real life villain, or
Yeah.
like I know we sometimes like we can laugh at some villains, we can humanize some villains, and like that's a different type of villain. We ain't talking about that. We talk about this full form villain, no
Mhm.
remorse, nothing but bad things, hide it
Mhm.
with with some type of power. That's literally what he is as a woman. Let me just start with the women
Mhm.
because of course let's just be honest. Most of these most men are slow. Okay, they're stuck in this men over women, regardless of what happens, what comes. So no matter what, they're gonna believe a man, especially the fools we got in this community. So I'm not even finna. It's no point even like what I'm saying, trying to dissect them. We know what it is. But for the women I see in the comments who question victims and sit there and take up for somebody like that, it just be like, you know what? I'm not wishing nothing like that on your family, but I just be like, those are the women where you don't want this stuff to happen, but it's like you almost need them to something like that in their life to transpire for them to be like, oh, that's how I feel. That's how I feel to
Mhm.
be a victim. Oh, that's how that family feel. We're talking bad about her. Oh, that's how a family feel. Because if it happened to somebody in your family, then you want everybody to have
Mhm.
sympathy. Then you want everybody to, oh yeah, go get that man. They be mad at the man then. But
Yep.
you up here literally by defending somebody like that, you are showing that the victim doesn't matter.
I can always be fair. Of course, you have some women out there that just do anything and blame something on a
Mm-hmm.
guy, and he really didn't do it. Right? That's fair. So I think in certain cases like these, I would rather just sit back and just wait till everything comes out before I even speak
And
on
that's
it, before
mm-hmm.
I even say, before I take up for the woman, before I take up for the
Mm-hmm.
man, before I not take up for the woman, before I not take up
Yeah.
for the man. I would just sit back and be quiet because again, this is what happens because we really don't
You
know.
don't. Yeah.
Like we really don't know. So I saw Slim Thug come out and apologize to Cassie. Was it
Mm-hmm.
Lil Duval? It was like a
Yeah, it
whole
was.
bunch of this is embarrassing. So I think in
Yeah.
most cases now, because again, we do see women come out and the stuff, the whole story don't be out there. You be like, okay, hold
Mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah.
But this is why just sit back for a
Sit
minute,
back.
give it about a month, and everything
Mm-hmm.
will start coming out, and then you probably start giving your opinion.
That's like for
But
real. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just felt embarrassed for them because it's like
Yeah.
this is why you should just be
Mm-hmm.
quiet, just sit back because you don't know.
On this week's episode of
Now you know better.
Do You? Okay, so and I think this happened a couple weeks ago. It was this lady, and I know her video was posted on TikTok, Facebook. I don't even
Mm,
remember her name. I guess it's better not to say her name. But she was crying. She made a video and said that she like is it technically a turnover or like I guess turn your children over? I don't even know what to even
mm-hmm,
yeah, turn her children over to CPS. And I guess that's putting them in the system. I want to say that's kind of leading towards a foster system, I guess, for somebody else to house them. And she basically her explanation was she could not take care of them. And I'm
mm-hmm,
assuming these were younger children. So of course, like, and we always say we ain't got no children, we don't know. We ain't got no children, we don't know nothing. We just
mm-hmm.
talking out the butt. So my first initial when I was watching the video, it's kind of like I try to always take sympathy out of everything. It's like you can see it from both sides. I try to I try to do your thing where I see it from both sides because I think that is fair. So on the side of the parent, if you want to be on the side of her, okay, I guess she was honest with herself after so long, and she felt like that was, I guess, the best solution for them rather than them sitting there struggling. I guess. Um, and I'm be honest, that's all I got for her side. So I'm gonna be on the side of the children.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'm like a firm believer in. don't have children if you're not ready for children. I think we are in this state in this world where we can have children and act like they are just a piece to something. Like these are not humans that I'm about to have to raise. I'm not gonna have to nurture this. Like, they treat it like it's nothing. I would hate to see how these people do. They had dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally have babies and not think that they're babies.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talk about a lot. Like if you lay down, I think at the end of the day, when you lay down and do what you do, it's not a mistake. Yes, you can. It's like a maybe something you didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? But once you lay down and don't do the necessary stuff to make sure you're not having children, at that point you are technically asking for children. It just kind
Mm-hmm.
of is what it is. It is possible, to take care of your child. You just have to have that mother in you. So you got to
Mm-hmm.
have that strength. You got to have that want. Like you don't want nobody else to have your children, especially as a mother. You carry the baby, so you don't want nobody else to take care of your child. And especially when you put them in a system like that, you don't know where they're gonna go. And your only communication with this child that you carry is if you can call and get a phone call back or an answer. So that's kind of like, oh, I feel like it's some type of disconnect from the child end. And I know she was crying, so I'm not saying that she didn't go through that bad. I don't know, like we don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know how it feel to have children, but I do know that it is possible because it is a lot of single parents out here. There's resources. I don't know. She didn't really detail. She just said she couldn't take care of them. She didn't say it was money, food. I don't know what it was, but I do feel like because I've seen it, I know that if you really wanted to do what you got to do for a child, you're gonna do.
I always question, why did you feel the need to record this and post
Yes, yes.
it? So
Mm-hmm.
now it makes me question everything, regardless
Mm-hmm.
if it's coming from your heart or not. Why did you feel the need to record this and post it
Mm-hmm.
on social media? So now I'm thinking you got a hidden motive, even if you don't. I'm
Right.
I'm thinking you do. So
That's
let's
it.
just say she doesn't, right? And let's just
Mm-hmm.
say she just posting it because this is just the world we live in now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start off with her side. So I can always empathize
Right.
with people who are struggling with taking care of children. And I think that we can see now that, having kids isn't always the best thing for certain people, right? Or
That is
it's
correct.
not
Mm-hmm.
always this happy, like
Mm-hmm.
day, all day, every day, how people
Right.
usually paint it to be. It's okay to
Mm-hmm.
be like, hey, I'm struggling with this some days. We know some days it is fun to have kids, watch
Yeah.
them grow, y'all at the park, everybody eat, everything
Mm-hmm.
good. We know that. But what about when it's times like this where you're thinking about handing your kids over because you cannot take care of them, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
fair. I mean, it's hard, but it's fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's her issue, right? So her going there and then having the courage to say like, hey, she she'll come back for her kids. I like that she did say that, like
Yeah.
she just needs to get her life together, right? So
Mm-hmm.
on her end, hopefully that is the truth and you coming back for your kids and doing whatever you gotta do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my question is too for her is where is the children's dad? And I know too, going back to how we society tends to blame the mother when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to the dad not being in their lives. Like, oh, you shouldn't lay down. You knew how he was, all that, and that's fair. I'm always say that that's fair. If
Yeah.
you are a mother, you knew how this man was before
Before.
you let, and we just talking about the ones who knew, not
Yeah.
the
Right.
ones where you got married and y'all just happened to get a divorce,
Right.
and all that little stuff.
Yeah.
So people like, just because you got married, it don't mean you're not gonna be a single mom. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
So we know the ones where you knew how this dude was. You knew he wasn't taking care of his kids before you had kids. You knew he was dogging you out and stuff before this,
Mm-hmm.
all that, and you didn't have kids. That's my question is, was he that type of baby daddy, right? And did you continue to have kids by him? So now I really have to look at you like, what were you thinking, right? But we know that
Mm-hmm.
comes from maybe a generational thing or a family thing. You kind of grow up seeing certain things, so you
Right.
think that this is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess my next question too for her would be, okay, so you had kids. Did you have kids for the right reason? So me and my mother was talking about this actually yesterday where she knows some girl that, had a baby and had another baby, and she kept pushing the kids off on the grandma. And then she
Mm-hmm.
had another baby. Now she in a relationship with another dude, and now
Mm-hmm.
she's pregnant again or something like that. I'm not sure, but to me, it's like, are you having kids to try to keep a man, right? And I'm not saying that that was her situation. That's not what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. I'm not saying that's everybody's situation. No, I don't
Right.
have kids. No, I don't know. I don't know. Don't care. But what I'm saying is, if you only having kids to keep somebody around or to just decorate the children, you more than likely probably gonna end up in one of these situations when life really started to kick in. You be like, damn, I
Yeah.
done fucked up.
Yep.
Excuse my language. Because that's why I always want. I see a lot of people on social media, and I'm getting off subject, but I'm trying to make the point real quick.
Mm-mm.
Is we see the gender reveals, we see these extravagant baby showers, we see all this.
Mm-hmm.
But once all this stuff started to come down and life starts to hit, are you not the same parent that's questioning like she is? Because we can get
Mm-hmm.
on social media and be like, oh, she's so wrong, she's so wrong.
Yeah.
I would never do that, blah, blah. But nobody really knows what you was thinking. Was you
Mm-hmm.
thinking, should you get an abortion? Should you? We don't know that.
Yeah.
So again, it's like, I can't say it's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not fair. It's not fair for her kids, but I can't say it's not fair for her not to do that because
Right.
um, her kid's not gonna be good unless she good.
That is true.
But my heart is. I could never imagine, and I don't want to. It broke my heart so bad to sit
Yeah.
there and
Yeah.
think, trying to imagine
Mm-hmm.
like my mama at CPS,
Give me.
saying like I can't take care of them, but I come back and not knowing what the hell we gonna be laying our head in, or
Mm-hmm.
if me and my brother and my sister gonna get separated or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to cry thinking about it. Oh shoot.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Okay.
Woo. But no,
For real though, yeah.
yeah, like I can't even imagine. Think about like that'll stick with you, even if your mama did come back. Like I
Yep.
just be like, what was she doing, or what was she
Mm-hmm.
thinking? You know what I'm saying? I think once you have kids too, you have to think about it. I saw a statement or a comment under a post where, again, when people say something like, they don't want to be a single mom, they'll get
Mm-hmm.
married first, and then a girl said on there, she was like, I got married and I got divorced, and I just ended up, a single mom, and we have to keep in mind like when you have kids, you literally have to think that you possibly could be a
Yep.
single mom. And
That is
that's
for sure.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we don't want to manifest this stuff and just
Right. Be
hound on like, oh,
realistic.
I could be a single mom, I could be
Right.
a single mom. But realistically, anything could happen.
Mm-hmm.
The dad could pass, anything, and you could end up like a single mom or whatever, right? But I think now we can see that regardless if you have kids and you're married or not married, that you could possibly become a single mom. So you have to see your life without this help, right?
I'm responsible for this being. How
Mm-hmm.
do you sleep not knowing their state or what's going on with them? Like, I think it just takes certain people to be parents, which is true. Like, even though me and you might not have no children, like we almost had that mindset already. Like in a way of you just if you this is your responsibility. So if something happens to them, is on you. And it
Mm-hmm.
sounds so bad, but if something happens to them, is on you because if you gave birth to them, everything that happens around, especially when they're children, which you
Mm-hmm.
have to take every step with them at that point. You have to protect them, especially from this world. So I just don't see how you don't even feel the guilt of if something does happen to them, that it's gonna be on me. You just can't. It just take. I think it's just to that point where it really takes certain people to have children to be good parents. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying the lady was a bad parent or whatever, but at the same time, for real, like you got to be a certain person to have children and to be a good parent. Like these people, I'm starting to believe for real that some people are bad people now, or they just don't have those type of sense of morals now. These are the people that's having children, but that's flowing over. These are not people
Mm-hmm.
who care about much anyway, barely care about themselves, but are bringing people into the world that they're supposed to take 100% care of.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the wrong people having children. Like, and I hate it for the children. I can't, I don't, I'm gonna be honest, I just can't feel bad for parents and people. It's everything is a choice. And like you said, like I think that right there did hit personal too because seeing my mama to getting us to what a point we at now, like of course it was hard time. She had to sacrifice, she had to do, she got to do. There was not
Mm-hmm.
one moment that my mama was not there or ever thought like I just can't
Right.
do it or I'm finna just push them to the side until I figure it out. Not one moment. She wouldn't even do that now.
Mm-hmm.
And she was by herself. And it was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was. She got three of us. We ain't even that far in age, so I just know it was hard, no matter what part of it was. But she sit there and took that full responsibility as a parent. So when I see parents just not want to do that part, I can't feel bad. I just really can't, like, because I know it's possible. Yeah, it was hard for my mama, but she did it, and it got her
Right.
to well, we're good now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't feel bad for it. Yeah, I mean, I know she gonna get. I mean, she's good on the sympathy, like that part because of course
Yeah.
this internet is going to do it. She recorded it. That's what they record for. I'm sorry. That's what people record for. So
Yeah.
somebody can make you feel better about the decision you're making. So
Yep.
if they pour in them comments
Need
with
that
hearts and stuff,
validation.
she could be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna turn them over.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be funny, but for real, like she can feel better about it now because y'all done told her it's okay. Everything, it ain't always okay. It ain't. It's just not.
It's
Like,
not.
don't sit there and lie to these people. This is real life stuff. So, and thank you, mama, for just sticking through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just thank you
Period.
for that. Like, sticking through it. I don't know how, but
Mm-hmm.
like you said, we don't have children. We don't know how hard it is, but at the same time, she did it. It don't matter. I know for sure she sacrificed. We were sitting there looking at her doing this stuff. So she did it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for sticking through because I see now that it is options for parents not to be parents. So yeah.
And that's the thing too. I'm going back to what you were saying, like because we don't have kids. I think when you have kids and stuff like that, I think I'm gonna just say early, you're in survival mode, especially when you don't have help and stuff like that. So you don't have time
Mm-hmm.
to think. It's all about eat. Make sure y'all got clothes. Make sure you got this. So you're not thinking about those other outside
Mm-hmm.
factors, right? So that's the thing. Especially when people are saying like, "Why you got no kids? Why you got no kids?" It's because for one, I'm seeing how y'all raise our children. I don't want children around me.
Thank
And
you.
so I just,
Yeah.
and granted, I don't think you'll ever be ready. Even if I had a baby at 50 and I'm
Yeah.
at a great mindset, of course, we know you'll just never be ready because you never know
Right.
what you're going to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think now, just having kids kind of later, you do see certain things like, okay, I might not want to take this route with my child. I probably want to do this route. Am I saying it's going to turn out better than that? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not,
Right.
because we know we got super sensitive parents
Yes.
and
Even though
they
they ain't
think
doing
because you
everything
don't
right, they
got
gonna.
kids, you know
Mm-hmm.
everything. But it's like, no, you see things that,
Mm-hmm.
from the outside looking in that parents just don't see. And it's okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, just not having kids or waiting to have kids a little later. Like I said, it just feels like it gives you a chance to just see like how you want your kids and stuff to be
Yes.
raised or how I
Mm-hmm.
want to raise them. That's
Exactly.
it.
That's the truth. Yeah.
Stop pushing people into having kids because you're trying to beat a time. Like, oh my God, I
Are
gotta
you
have
crazy?
kids by 30. Damn,
Are
do you
you
need to
crazy?
have a house? Do you need to
Do
have
you
a
even
car?
have the
And you sit
mindset?
here trying to beat a time? Like, are you dumb?
Do
Are
you
you
even
slow?
have that mindset now? It's like, are you slower than slow? Like, what are you talking
Something.
about?
Like, I just be like,
Yeah.
that is so weird to me. But hey, I ain't got no kids. I'm not a mother, so I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know. So yeah, we just talking. But yeah, this is a girl named Fannita. And what I'm gonna just say what she's known for and where she at now. If anybody is following her, they know that she's been going at it for the last 2 weeks. I don't know if she's hit a chord and she's been spiraling out. She was bigger, and not a bad looking girl or anything, but I think over time and the way she reacts now, I could tell that she felt like losing the weight or getting the surgery, that she got gastric surgery. So by today's medicine, she lost the weight and she's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say smaller, I hate saying smaller because technically, in a way, she still has her frame. You can just tell that she has lost weight. So she's just smaller now, and I think in her head, it pushed her towards another group or another level. So she actually acts different as a creator now. She's technically been having the same attitude, but she talks different now. So she can call people ugly.
Mm-hmm.
She can say people's broke. She can say she does this better than people. She can just say stuff different, and her response to people is she can talk this way now because she has lost the weight. Okay. Why is it that you think that people change the way they act and everything based off of weight loss?
I remember me and my sister having this conversation way back when I kind of first started college. It was like a friend that we had,
Mm-hmm.
and she kind of started drifting away from us or whatever, right? Just acting a
Mm-hmm.
little different, and not
Yeah.
saying like how the Fannita girl was acting, but almost just in this. I can't explain it, but anyway, I can remember my sister saying was that could have been truly her,
Yes.
but she just hid in it because of the insecurities, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So ever since then, I always thought about it because I think all of us have insecure moments and we
Right.
tend to kind of just fall back. I know I do it a lot. I do it a lot
Yeah,
where
I
if
do
I'm
too.
feeling
Yeah.
insecure, I just kind of fall back in the crowd or
Yeah.
whatever or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look back at it, you be like, I was a bad bitch in the room. But anyway,
Be like, why I'm doing it? Yeah.
yeah. So I think when it comes to that, the question was is this her personality? Was that
Mm-hmm.
always her personality, but it was just hidden because she was insecure, right?
Yeah.
And then also too, it shows you how image is everything in society, right? So we know
Mm-hmm.
that when you are plus size or curvy versus someone who is like petite, skinny, we know
Mm-hmm.
people are, regardless if you wrong, you can be slow, you can just be saying the dumbest thing
If
versus,
you,
someone who's plus size and people are always gonna go to who they deem prettier, right?
I'm not gonna say that. I think that's another thing too, because she was another size. I think they almost look at people who are other sides like they can't do anything wrong in a way because they're looked at as more like nicer. You know what I'm saying? Because they're having to
Mm-hmm.
be nice to be accepted in some groups. I think people automatically think, oh, that's the nice girl. You know, we don't make sure we ain't gonna hurt her feelings. We ain't gonna, we're gonna always include her. We're gonna make sure we like be sensitive around, like that type of thing. Which people shouldn't be nice people in general, but they're gonna do that. They feel like somebody is out of the circle. They're not fitting in with us. So we gotta always be nice to her. We're not gonna look at her bad in no way. If she
Mm-hmm.
says something, it's gonna be deemed as a joke or something like she don't really mean that. So I think because she's getting close to that image of what a mean girl can look like, now people looking at it like, oh, like you, oh, that's how she feel about us. Say calling people broke and all that. Well, she might have been calling people, maybe thinking people was broke when she was bigger. But I think
Yeah,
because if she would have said when she was bigger, they probably, oh, that's a joke. Like
right.
she's that funny girl. Like we can't take that from her. But I think because her whole image didn't change and she's trying to fit into this other category, I guess, of image. Now people looking at it like, oh, she's mean. Like, because I feel like if I'm not mistaken, her voice and stuff didn't change. Yeah, she's saying a little crazy stuff, but I feel like she low key used to joke like that anyway. But I don't think people took it no way because how do I say this without saying it? How do I say this? Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Okay, let me give an example. I'm gonna do an example.
Okay.
So I think that I'm Drewski. Let's just say Drewski. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
calling out his weight or anything, but I think he is funnier to people because his size go with his joke, if that makes sense. Oh, that sounds
I
so
get what you're
bad.
saying.
But yes. And no, whatever, everybody, I accept all sides, so just don't even, But I think his jokes are funnier because of his size and stuff like that. So I think if he was like a smaller dude or something, I don't think they would have hit the same way.
Right.
So it's like easier to make like everything they say, like you could be that funny person of the group. Cause I actually saw a TikTok or a video or something where they'd be like, and it's crazy. I like, how they not offended? They were like the big girl is a funny girl out the group or something like that. I like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like accepted. People was in it like actually agreeing. Like even some girls who are bigger size, they were like, we're like, yeah, I'm the one to make everybody laugh. I like, dang, like they low key just deem me out as like the funny girl. But I guess it helps on their end because I mean they can say all this stuff like they could be smart, say little stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody gonna take it to offense. Nobody gonna ever
Right.
look at them like they are being like malicious in any way. It's funny because of who it's
Mm-hmm.
coming from.
Look good, you feel good. So, and I think that happens to everybody. So, again, when you dressed up and all that, you just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I feel like I look good, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm that girl. I'm that
Yeah.
girl.
And so
And
you
then
smell it.
once you start moving different, now everybody like, oh, Esther acting funny, or
Like you
this
see,
just an
yo,
example.
yeah,
Or you know
no.
what I'm saying? It's just like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
this been me. But then you
Yeah.
look back at it like, wait, this wasn't me because I didn't feel
Because I was
good that
hot.
day. So now,
Mm-hmm.
so I think everybody does it. But yes, I think certain people, like again, when you plus size, or when you're the darker one, or when you're the, I don't know what it is with males, the lighter one out of the males or something.
Let's
I don't
see.
know. The short one out of the
Yeah,
males.
there you go. Yeah, the
The
short.
short
Yeah, that'll
guy,
work.
then it's
That's a,
almost like you're literally trying to juggle
that
personalities
is
because
true.
you,
Yep. That's true.
so I think
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of goes through that. And even the people that's not like dark skin and the
Mm-hmm.
plus size or the short guy. I think it's everybody.
Yeah.
So we just gotta be for real too. And I'm not, but don't be the person that's
To
doing it too much where it's just like,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
you really just changed overnight. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you came up out some money. Like, oh, you broke asshole.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that now. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like pop your stuff, but to an extent.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, because you stand on me, I'm gonna stand on you.
just like
So,
that.
but another
Mm-hmm.
thing that I learned too is say what you gotta say. If it's that
Yeah.
day where you just feel like y'all need to say anything, don't say anything. If it feel
Yeah.
like you feel like it's a day where you need to go ahead and nip this in the bud, go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
do it. Because at the end of the day, you see now, you just said if you don't say something, you crazy. If you do say something, you crazy.
You're
So let me
crazy.
just go
Yep.
ahead and say something. Let me
Mm-hmm.
just go ahead and say something. Since I'm gonna be
Yeah.
crazy regardless. Like
Yeah.
it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter. Like people gonna view you how they gonna view you if you say something, if you don't say something. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, just be yourself. If you feel like you need to say something that day, say it. If you don't, then don't.
Mm-hmm.
Cause
Yeah. We're gonna give you something that'll keep you on your good foot. So do you have anything to keep these people on their good foot?
let's see. Um, I would say since I've been out in another state the last week, no, 2 weeks, has it been 2 weeks or whatever?
It's
I
like
would
a week and a half.
say, those fears that you have about certain things, do it
Mm-hmm.
because it may actually turn out good. So I had an opportunity to go to another site and help the site. I did it. I thought it was going to be the scariest thing of my life, and it turned out to be actually very fun and a good experience. So I'm thankful for that. I really am. So I would just say if you having any fears about like professional fears, love fears, anything, just take that step. You still gonna live at the end of the day. So, and you'll get over it. This is it's just that simple. Well, no, it's not, but yes, it is.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's what I have for them to sleep on. Just go ahead and take that step. I said this year was about movement, and I'm moving. It
Just like
might
that.
not be how I envisioned it because we know
Mm-hmm.
everything is in God's plan, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I asked for it and he gave it to me. It just didn't look like how I thought it would, but
It's
I got
yeah.
it. So I'm thankful.
Yep. At the end of the day, no matter what you at, I don't know. I don't feel like I ain't saying you got to be a creator or nothing, but this just in general in life. If you don't say something, they're gonna think something. If you do say something, they're gonna think something. I think you got to find that middle ground of if you feel like in this moment you getting played and you got to say something. Stop thinking about what they're gonna think after say it. I think it's gonna feel better
Mm-hmm.
once you get it off. Like you said, like if you don't say something, they're gonna be either call you what they're gonna say you punk, you don't defend yourself. Then if you say something, then you crazy. So like, does it really matter? They're gonna talk regardless. So if you got to get it off, get it off. It is what it is. Now, of course, we gotta know place and time, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you gotta get it off, get it off. What's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
And continue to like, share, comment, do what you do, join the conversation. We love it. Just keep doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, we will see y'all on the next episode. Get out
Yes.
of here. Adios.
See you later.